The APC64. What do I think about it? We'll find out momentarily. Nice, bright, shiny unit. It's about the same size as the Push. It's a little smaller in certain ways. This tiny ass screen is tiny as hell. I already know how you guys feel about tiny screens. From the right, you have a power switch. You have CV and gate in the middle, and then you have MIDI in, MIDI out, MIDI out. And we're gonna explore all the other features. I know people are just dying to hear about the touch strips instead of pots. You know, pots being encoders, you know, the endless encoders that I always complain about and that are not on certain MIDI controllers. You can play stuff like, you can play like triads and stuff like that. I didn't know you can switch tracks this way. You can switch tracks with this little small little knob. All this functionality right here. When you're changing, you have to go into note mode. So you basically go in shift, and then you can, from right here, you can change the scale. You just have to see what it is, experiment and learn it. And you can change the root note, I'm pretty sure. You can change how many notes. I can change it to a fifth, to a seventh, to an octave. Right here, you can change how many chords. I think that's I. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure it's a 1, 3, 5, 7, meaning that it'll be like a seventh. I can change the note. So right now I have it programmed to an F minor and it's a seventh. Then go into chord mode. Gotta get used to shifting, and my hand is big as shit, so one of the main functionalities, of course, volume. So I can change the volume of stuff. These pads are actually lighter than I thought. So you gotta really press down hard on these things. That matters a lot. I would say that. That matters a lot. Because I thought the pads were gonna be ass. That was the first thing that came out of my mouth. I was like, bruh, these pads better not be ass. Like, that's the biggest thing that I'm glad about. The pads ain't ass, that means that I can give it a pass. Bars. I'm not gonna really go into everything. I think there's enough videos out there. You know, you got homie Tatro, he did something with AKAI, and then you got Sanji C, you got Loop Pop and Accurate Beats. Between those guys, there ain't nothing that I'm gonna say any different. The biggest thing that I wanna do is just make a damn beat and see how good it works with Ableton Live. All the basic functionalities there. Put in scenes, you can launch stuff as long as you have it in the proper mode at the top. The sing, note mode, chord mode, step sequencer, project, custom, play, stop, record, launching, and anything that has something written under it, you would control it by hitting the shift button and then hitting the corresponding button. Speaking of the buttons itself, the buttons don't feel bad at all. The touch strip, so far, not so bad. The biggest thing about the touch strips are clearly turning them off would be the best thing to do when you are actively making a beat. You can get into step sequencer mode, which is his own individual, because you can use this standalone, which I'm not going to do. This works similar like the AKAI Force. So you have velocity and different things that you can control by switching over here on these buttons right here. You can do mutate, probability, velocity, and that's pretty cool for it to be in the step sequencer. Here to note mode. Octave. Matter of fact, back over here. And let's see if I can get like a 1, 3, 5, 9. I'm starting to get the hang of it. can't get used to the fact that one of the biggest things that you got to do is turn this shit off so that you don't bump it. Like I had bumped the first clip all the way down, and I'm having it in volume mode right now, and that is problematic. But you also have pan, and you know, you can use sends and so forth. You can use the channel strip. Don't care about none of that right now. What I do care about is if it's going to play properly. So I'm guessing in launch, I gotta set the launch mode. Okay. Yeah. So overall, I think it's okay. Like, it's just okay, and this is the reason why I say that the APC64 is okay. I like some of the features that it has. It took a minute for me to get used to it. I definitely like the faders more so than I thought. I'm used to the pots on the Push 2, and you know, that's one of the biggest things that people are gonna ask, like which one is better. And just truth be told, I do think that the Push 2, Push 3 are far more integrated than the APC64. However, the price on those, just look them up. The price on the Push 3 happens to be about $1,000, and then you see the point of why the APC64 was released. It's cheaper at 400 bucks. You do get some of the features set. Tiny screen. It's not like it's not readable or whatever, but it's still a tiny screen. And I mean, I will share the same sentiment with everyone else when I say that we get tired of tiny screens. Didn't expect it to have the same big screen as the Push 3, Push 2, and so forth. But it's not too difficult to work with. However, you will be clicking more with the mouse than if you was to use the Push 3. And also you have to, at the same time, be honest, price point. That's where they're aiming for. And then there's other devices too as well. I mean, I think that the Novation launch key is a little bit more hands-on, a little easier to use, a little bit more integrated. If you like the launch keys, the launch pad, you're going to sacrifice a lot, but at the same time, I think Novation has done a great job with all of their freaking MIDI keyboards forever, or MIDI controllers rather. That much I would say, but I think it's okay at best. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't wanna lie to anybody about it. I don't care about people clicking on my shit to get an affiliate sale, especially if it's for something that they would be upset about.